name's Elliss and I'm from the Home Design Directory. Today we're going to be talking about the 6 points of construction costs and how to keep your budget in check. The first one is site conditions. When you're looking at buying a property, or if you have a site already, consider that building is going to, the building costs are going to be very highly reliant on what your site is like. So if you've got a gorgeous site that's sloping steeply, beautiful rocks, gorgeous trees, floating boulders, you can pretty much guarantee your construction costs are going to go up more than a flat site. So if you haven't bought your property already, try and buy something that's going to be easy to build on, something that's flat, something that's close to services, something that's not too close to the water. Otherwise you might have a lot of subterranean issues when you start construction. Number two, the level of finishes is very important to keep those in checks at the very early stages of construction and design. If you're picking very expensive finishes, it's going to add up all over the house. You know, will you be happy? Think to yourself, will you be happy with having a tap that's actually $500? Or would you kind of be happy having a tap that's only $100, and maybe later in the future you can update those taps, or use a cheaper paint now, and then in the future you can put on a more expensive paint. You've got to look at your budget now and what you can afford, and keep a check on those finishes for what you can afford now. Number three, building complexity. Now, a lot of people think to have a gorgeous architecturally designed home, you need to have it complex and hexagons and different levels, but it's not true. Some of the most beautiful buildings are just simple boxes. Mies van der Rohe did these beautiful buildings that were just simple boxes with little cutouts everywhere, and the plan of the houses was just such a beautiful, simple design that you can definitely get away with not spending a lot of money on the actual building. Keep a simple rectangle or keep a simple square and just make the spaces inside it really beautiful. Number four, weather conditions. Weather conditions can really affect costs because they can hold up construction times, and it does end up costing over a period of time. The things that you can do to eliminate those things are actually pick a part of the year where it doesn't rain as much. A lot of people think, winter, it's dreary, it's raining. It's actually not true. In winter, there's actually less rain, less humidity, and things dry out quicker. So you're actually better off building in winter than you are in, say, summer. In summer, for example, you'll find that there's a lot more rain. It's a lot more humid climate. So you have a lot more rain in the afternoons. What you'll find too is if you're building a pool, for example, the pool builders, they can't build on a rainy day. They can't build on a day that's too hot. So if you've got a part of the year which it's cooler, there's less rain, there's less soggy sites for foundations, you're going to get a quicker build and it will be a cheaper build. Connections and buying power is more like business connections. So what you need to do is the builder that you pick, and also the architect you pick, try and make sure that these people have good connections within the industry. You find that people that have good connections to other trades, they will have built up relationships over the years. Well, they'll get really good trades on board, so that they'll usually be quicker, and generally they charge a little bit more, but you'll get a much better job. So those connections are really important to have with the builder or the architect that you choose. The buying power will keep costs down in a way that if they can actually buy, say, 100, of the same washing machine, or 500,000 of, PowerPoints, they're obviously going to pass those savings for buying bulk onto the actual clients. So there is that option. What you will find is if you're picking a builder that just does one-off homes, you won't necessarily get that buying power in bulk, but the business connections will definitely save you. Finding a builder that has great connections, usually the way to do it is to ask around your local neighbourhood and where you're planning to build. What you can do is talk to a lot of people that have built, but not people that know each other, potentially people that don't know each other, and see what name keeps coming up. And I tell you what, if you ask around enough, you'll end up getting the name of a builder that keeps popping up to the surface all the time, and that is your clear go light to go and call that builder and to make further inquiries about him. Number 6, the size of the home. A lot of people do realise if they design a large home, it's going to cost more. So try and just have a smaller floor plan. A lot of people overcompensate with having large rooms that are specific use or lots of hallways. There is no reason why you need to have lots of hallways in a home. It doesn't mean you're having full open plan, but if it's designed properly, you minimise your hallways, you have rooms that are multifunctional rooms, like not one dedicated for, say, a second living space. Make that second living space a second guest accommodation where you can maybe have hideaway beds and have a shower room very closely located to that. That way it can become an entire suite when people come to stay over. So think about multifunctional spaces so you don't have to double up on space, because every square metre is going to cost you. So the more you can cut down that per square metre area, the more you'll save.